So this time, we're gonna discuss about fundamentals of polygraphy. What is the meaning of polygraph? Well, polygraph is originally the word polygraph is a combination of two Greek words poly, which means many, and graph, which means writing a chart. A polygraph is commonly known as a lie detector. It is a device used to measure and record physiological responses such as heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, and skin conductivity while a person is asked a series of questions. The purpose of polygraph is to detect signs of deception by analyzing changes in those physiological parameters. However, its accuracy and reliability are often debated. So next, what is the meaning of polygraph? Well, polygraph it is a method of detecting deception with the aid of the polygraph instrument. It is administered by asking questions to the subject to the case under investigation. And furthermore, polygraphy is a typically refers to the process of producing multiple copies of documents or images using various printing methods, such as offset printing, digital printing, or screen printing. It can also refer to the study of science of printing and related processes. And additionally, in a broader sense, it can refer to the use of multiple recordings to monitor physiological responses, commonly known as a lie detector. And next is personalities in the development of deception detection and polygraph. So these studies were used as the basis by other persons to develop the polygraph instrument. So first is Leonard Keeler. So Leonard Keeler, he developed the metal recording bellows in 1926. He also incorporated the chemograph and the rolled chart paper. He used this development together with the cardio and pneumo components, developing the first polygraph instrument known as today. Furthermore, he also known as the father of polygraph. He devised the first structured test questions. The test is made up of using relevant questions and interspersed with irrelevant questions, the R and I test. And the second is George Staker. So in 1897, he was one of the first to suggest the use of the galvanic skin response or the EDA as an indicator of deception. Then the third is Otto Virago. He was the first to make word association test using the galvanometer. The galvanometer was used to detect the deception because of its ability to measure emotional disturbances.
My name is Jacob Ibrado. I'm the next reporter. So, continuation ni siya sa report ni Rachel. So, John Reed, he used a killer's technique and after testing numerous subjects, he found that in using the technique, he was getting too many unconclusive results and unacceptable errors rate. Likewise, he developed a structured method using comparison question. The next one is Dick Arthur. He operated a National School of Lie Detection and developed his known lie for and for probable lie question techniques, and he guilt complex question. Mosso, an Italian scientist who is who in 1895 theorized that when the emotional stress or tension, blood would rush to the head. He built a delicately balanced board and with a center fulcrum. A person lying on this board has placed under stress and blood pressure and blood would rush to his head, causing the board to tilt down at the head. Cesar Lombroso, in 1895, he used measurement of blood pressure changes during interrogation using a water pressure apparatus. This water pressure apparatus is known today as hydrospimograph. Dr. William Marston established in 1950 the relevance of blood pressure changes in the systolic blood pressure. Next is Dr. John Larson. He developed the first instrument to record simultaneously person's blood pressure, pulse rate, and respiratory changes. This is the first polygraph machine suitable for use in criminal investigation. Tapos, the last one is Galvane. He was accorded the distinction of developing the galvanic skin reflex of the galmo- galvanometer, which records electrical bodily resistance regarding ohms, the lower current ever recorded. The GSR reflected emotional changes by measuring changes in person's skin resistant to electricity. The following topic is the four major components of analog polygraph. The first one is cardiograph and cardiosphygmograph. Cardiosphygmograph component is to record the changes in the blood pressure and pulse rate of the subject. It is composed of the blood pressure cuff assembly, sphygmograph, sphygmometer, BP, vent, the reson- resonance control the recording unit. The blood pressure cuff assembly inflate the system, and a hose connect to the blood pressure cuff through which the blood pressure changes and pass into the recording unit. The sphygmometer indicates the air pressure present in the system in millimeter or of mercury. The vent provide a measure with which air is in the system can be released. The resonance control provided the means of reducing or increasing the amount of air pressure to reach the tambour brush, brush below. Unit thus reduce or increase the amplitude of pen exertion. Centering control, it's providing for adjusting and tracing so that the blood pressure patterns would be on the guideline. The recording unit records the pulse rate and blood pressure changes of the chart paper through a 5-inch recording pin. Then the next one is the galvanograph component record the skin resistance of the subject using very small amount of electricity. It is composed of the finger electrode assembly, amplifier, unit, and the galvanometer recorded unit. The finger electrode connects the subject to the instrument in such manner that it is skin resistant. It is it's a circuit element of polygraph. It consists of fingers, electrode plate with retainer, buns, and connecting plug. The amplifier furnishes current to operate the galvanometer. The recording unit of the galvanometer convert the electrical energy to the machine energy. Electrical current flowing through the galvanometer cause the mechanical movement of a 7-inch recording pin. The overall function of the galvanograph is to detect changes in the skin resistance of the subject, amplify this change, and record it on the chart. Galvanic skin resistant GSR, a measure of psychological arousal determined by the amount of decrease and decrease in the skin's resistance to electricity perpendicularly through due to an increase in sweat gland activity.
So my name is Jerel Malolot. I'm the next reporter to technician of Jacob Ibrado. So number 3 is pneumograph. So pneumograph is a computer records the changes in breathing of the subject. It is made up of two units. So the pneumograph assembly is composed of the rubber corrugated tube and beaded chain tubing. So the pneumograph is attached to the chest area of the subject and is locked by a bead chain. The pneumograph is around 10 inches long. One end of which is sail and the other end is connected with the instrument by a rather thick wall rubber tube considerate in diameter than the pneumograph tube itself. So the pneumograph in convoluted tube expands and contracts as the subject breath. Next is 4, kymograph. Kymograph is a component is a motor that pulls drives the chart paper under the recording pens simultaneously at a rate of 6 to 12 inches per minute. It is also a chart or paper feed mechanism. This chart must travel a uniform speed of facilitate valid interpretation the parts composed of the paper guide rails, paper roller assembly with sprockets. So, chart feed switch as power input connector and all volt GC synchronous motor. Thermograph is found only in an analog polygraph. A chart roll is about 100 feet long, 6 inches with a inch margin apart. And then chart and polygrams. So on chart and polygrams, this refers to the composite record of the pneumograph, galvanograph, and spimograph, tracing recording from one series of questions. And then the other parts of the analog polygram machine. So pin lifter raises the lowest pen to the trip position. And then program piecer, programmable queuing device or for questions and answer pacing. The next is paper tear bar, provides cutting edge of convenient removal of charts. Then foam pen hold down, keeps pen in place with the instrument is being transported. Next is compartment, storage for all forms and supplies, slightly smaller in executive ultra scribe. Next is subject connection. Grouping provides neat professional appearance, facilities, setup, and storage. And mechanical pneumo module, recording part of mechanical pneumo channel. And then the galvanic skin response module, recording part of JSR channel. Mechanical cardio module, recording part of the mechanical cardio module. Paper storage compartment holds 2 rows of chart paper or other supplies. And then AC power receptacle. Power cords connect here. International standard designed for AC cord replacement. Is a power switch and circuit breaker. Applies power to the instrument. Built-in resetable circuit breaker protects instrument and eliminates the needs of users to reset. Simple press off and then on again. Next is chart drive roller lever. Next, chart drive roller for paper changes and chart removal. Next is power analysis. An automatically indicates whether wall outlets are properly wired and grounded for proper instrument operation and subject safely. Next is stimulus marker. Marks significant events of the chart. Uh, Pneumanometer dial reads operating pressure of cardio channels. And then the last one is Pneumo 1. Pneumatic connection for upper or thoracic pneumograph.
Of polygraph, analog or conventional polygraph. These are first known type of polygraph used in the field for many years. They are still commonly used, although their popularity is diminishing because of the digital or computerized version. In using this machine, some problems are encountered: ink shortage, paper tears, and discrepancies resulting from initial pen placement. The two, computerized polygraph. New, new technology has allowed for the development of computerized polygraph tests, rendering the analog equipment nearly obsolete most especially in Western countries, rather than wasting paper and time feeding with the conventional equipment. Examiners now as programs to record and decipher all measurement on the portable computer screens. The system will usually have option to view the test result on screen or printed out. We have composite option with chart scoring as well. Computerized polygraph record store and analyze physiological change during the examination. Charts are recorded in much the same manner as conventional polygraph equipment with smooth scrolling display moving from right to left. The tracings recorded are in real time and are truly rec- rectilinear so that charts can be easily interpreted. It is designed to detect sub, subtle movement as well as ground movements of a subject during a polygraph examination by providing a graphic record of subject movement. The activity sensors allow the examine the concentrate on the on administering the exam instead of trying to observe the subject's movement. Next, general uses of polygraph. Number one, criminal investigation. It is valuable tool for investigation. It provides fast means of eliminating innocent suspects. Give, gives a clue about the identity of criminal suspect. Verify the statement of those who are involved and save a lot of time and effort during process of investigation. Number two, pre-employment screening. It is fastest and most accurate means of verifying the statement of job applicant from derogatory remarks via a previous employer. However, a person glad against him. It is the best way from company and determine dishonest employees who are responsible for company losses. Some companies require job applicants to undergo polygraph examination before their employment. Periodic screening. Even after employment, companies require their employees to undergo regular polygraph examinations. It is one way of detecting employees who are dishonest informing their jobs. Number four, promotion. There are instances wherein the company has difficulty in deciding between two or more candidates to be promoted. Polygraph tests help to determine who is the most qualified as well as employees' future intent against of the company. Next, theory of polygraph examination. When a mental normal person tells a lie, physiological change occurs within his body that could be recorded by instrument and evaluated by examiner. Based on the theory, the polygraph test contain relevant questions which are designed to pose threat to the security of the guilty subject and control question, which are intended to a threat pose a threat to the security of the innocent, truthful subject. A person first anxieties and apprehension are channeled toward the situation which hold the greatest threat to his self-preservation or general well-being.
One, I'm John Paul Villarreal. We discuss about the psychology of lying. So, a person's fear, anxieties, and apprehensions are channeled toward the situation which evokes his instinct of self-preservation to struggle out from the consequences of the wrong he had already done. His conscience is bothered, and his willpower and emotions may perplex and varied. In polygraphy, the psychological approach to all these lies is governed by different types of test and control questions prepared and formulated by examiner. The test contains the relevant questions which are designed to pose a threat to the security of the guilty or lying subject. The equally truthful subject, though accused, is assured of the reactions he may exhibit during the whole polygraph examination by their carefully formulated questions. The next types of liar. Panic liar is a person who lies to avoid the consequences of confession. He is afraid of embarrassment to loved ones and is a serious blow to his ego. Number 2, occupational liar is someone who has lied for years. This person is practice liar and lies when it has a higher payoff than telling the truth. Number 3, tournament liar, a person who loves to lie and is excited by the challenge of not being detected. He views an interview as another contest and wants to win. He lies became uh, he lies because it is the only weapon remaining with which to fight. He wants people to believe that the law is punishing an innocent person. Number 4, ethnological liar. A person trained not to be squealer. This person loves to interrogate and has taken a creed never to reveal the truth. The creed of underworld gangs. So number 5, pathological liar, a person who cannot distinguish what is right from wrong. These are those who are mentally sick. Black liar. It refers to a person who always pretends and hypocrite. So the nervous system. The study of the nervous system is crucial is better understanding the connection between lying and polygraphy. A polygraph examiner should be acquainted with how the nervous system reacts when a person decides to tell a lie or when a person, even, even though telling the truth, may respond when under a polygraph examination. Meaning of nervous system. It is consists of the brain, the spinal cord, ganglia, nerve, nerve fibers, and sensory and motor terminals. These are grouped into the integrated system called the central and autonomy. The main function of the system is to correlate the nerve impulses in the motor centers, thus sequencing the organism with the environments and integrating the nerve impulse appropriate the adapted responses. The nervous system contains center of the sensation, motion, thinking, and many other functions. In outer, it deals with communication and regulates body activity. So that's all. Thank you for listening and God bless.